Mufasa. It's one of those new upcoming movies that take over the older original one. It's about Kiara's grandfather, Mufasa, who breaks the family bloodline of the royal blood of lions. There's this guy named Taka. His father is the king of all of the land. And Taka is not too wanting for that king spot. But then, all the way in another faraway land in Africa, there's Mufasa with his father who is king. Mufasa actually means king. We'll get back to that. And his father and mother, they were in a dry land. All of them were in a dry land. And then there came this huge drought. Or no, not a drought, a huge flood. And Mufasa got washed away all the way to another land, all the way to where Taka is. Taka saved him for the first time since Mufasa couldn't swim from these strange crocodiles who were wanting to eat him. And so we figured out at that moment that Mufasa had one weakness: he couldn't swim. Ever since Taka saved him, his father, the king, said, "Oh, who's this stray? We better come and kill him right now. He doesn't belong here." And Taka said, "No, it doesn't matter if he's a stray. He's a lion just like us. He deserves to live. Besides, I want a brother." And so the king sent for Taka and Mufasa to race all the way around the land. And if Mufasa wins, then he gets to live. If he loses, then he gets killed by the rest of the lions. And after the race, guess what? Mufasa won, so he got to stay and live with Taka. But he lived with the females while Taka lived with the males. And so they grew together. They became brothers. They sang a song. They were so tight bonded. And there came this one time where lions from a winter, non-arid area, they came, and only two of them for the first time, and they attacked the lions. But Mufasa and Taka's mother were the only two who fought back and killed one of them. And so when the other one of the intruders went back to his winter ark island, the king of that land, he said, "I want to rule all of Africa." So how did it go? Were you able to threaten them and scare them because we're coming tomorrow? And he noticed that his son, the one who got killed back at the place, was gone. And he said, "Who killed my son?" And he said, "I don't know, but I had to escape." And he said, "You're a disgrace." And he killed that lion. And he said, "You know what? Tomorrow sunrise, we're going to go into that land that Taka lives in. We're going to attack all of them. We're going to kill all the lions because we're the only lions who deserve to live. And I'm going to be the king lion of all of Africa." And so that's what he went to do. Then Taka and Mufasa, while he was saying those things, he was ordered by the king and the mother to leave, to go far away, to find a land called Malele, which is a land over the horizon, over the sun, where it's a perfect, beautiful African land, where Mufasa believed he would meet his parents again. And so Taka and Mufasa went. They left. They went on a long journey. Along the way, they met another tigress lion, and she also had another guard, which was actually a bird. And so all of them met, and turns out she was also running away from that winter Arctic island and the winter Arctic lions. And turns out they were tracking them along the entire way. And so they started walking together. And as they were walking together, a bamboo in the sky, not in the sky, in a tree. He was up with a completely different breed of all different sorts of animals. He was the only one out of his own breed. And so they said, "Oh, we don't need you anymore. You're too weird. You pray to trees and water. You're so weird." And so all of them agreed to kick him out and say, "Aye." They all said aye. And so he went down. He started walking. Then Taka, the girl, and Mufasa, and the bird, they went and they saw him. Of course, they think bamboo is food, so they went up to him and said, "Hey, you're going to die. We're going to kill you." He said, "Okay." And then they said, "Why aren't you scared? We're predators and you're prey. We're going to kill you." And he said, "Well, why don't you do it already? You haven't done it yet." And so it kept on going like that. The bamboo lived. They went together. Then they sung a song about them staying together. One person, you can go fast, but together you can go far. That was the motto of that song. And so after that song, they discovered that those tigers people were following them. And so they had to move quicker and quicker. And so at that point, Taka, he said, "Oh, I actually really like this tigress." And he went to Mufasa and said, "Hey, Mufasa, you lived with women all your life. How about you give me some advice?" And then Mufasa said, "Just be confident, just be you, all that stuff." So Taka went up to him. He was himself. He was listening. And the tigers kind of liked him. And so later on in the story, they got closer and closer, those Arctic tigers. And so, not tigers, Arctic lions. And so they finally found a place which has elephants. And they said, "You know what? Maybe we can get away from them with these elephants." And then Taco's like, "How?" And the tigress, she remembers that bees can destroy elephants. A bee's single sting can destroy an elephant as big as this room. And so she said, "You know what? I'm going to tumble all those bees, and then all the elephants will start running and tumbling everything." And that's exactly what happened. All the other tigers got trembled off. Then Mufasa saved the tigress when she got hit. And it was a big heroic moment, as if she was going to fall in love with him. But she didn't know it was him. And when she asked, "Who saved me?" Mufasa immediately said, "Taka. It was Taka who saved you." Just to make sure that his crush on her does not fade away and that she still has a chance for him. She was like, "Oh, thank you." So as they move along, the tigress realizes that it was Mufasa who saved her. It was Mufasa who realized that she had this beautiful scent from her hometown, which was in the earlier story. Then they fell in love, and Taka felt betrayed. And then back in the beginning of the movie, his father told Taka that a stray will always betray you. Always. And so at that moment, Taka thought, "Oh, he betrayed me. He definitely betrayed me. So now I'm going to do it back." And so he went and found those Arctic lions, and he said, "I'm going to join your troop. This stray has betrayed me, and now I'm going to let you guys take over the land as long as I'm with you." And they said, "Okay, let's do it." And so they finally went to Malele. They finally found Malele. The moment they found it, the Arctic people, along with Taka, because he left scars as they went along to leave a trail, they found Malele with everyone else. And there's a bunch of animals who were living peacefully there, who found Malele as well. And so Mufasa's like, "How did they track us? How could they possibly have tracked us?" Then they told him that it was Taka who did it, because Mufasa betrayed Taka. And Mufasa said, how could you do this to me?" And Taka's like, "How could you do this to me?" And Mufasa, it was super complicated, but it ended up becoming a fight. The king of the Arctic monkeys, or the Arctic lions, fighting someone as small as Mufasa. They were fighting together. He was running away. He encountered water again. He was about to die. It was crazy. And then Mufasa managed to get on the top of a mountain in front of all of the people in Malele. And he said, "We need to fight together." And they said, "Why would we fight for you? You brought these lions to us. They're going to destroy us." And he said, "Well, either way, they're here for me, but they're going to come for each and every one of you as well. So we have to stay fight and strong together. So we fight together so we can stay together." And so that's what he did. They all fought. He convinced everyone in Malele to fight those small herd of lions. And so they ran away. They got killed. And then eventually Mufasa got kicked in a hole which was full of water. And so the king was fighting him there. And then the king got troubled. Then the bamboo said the earth will shake. And that's exactly what happened. The earth shaked. And a big rock fell into that hole with water. And Mufasa pushed him just in time for the king to drown all the way down. And so he was struggling to swim because his weakness is he can't swim. He got to the top. He was super close to dying. And Taka was right there. It was his choice for Mufasa to live or not. And even after all the things that happened, Taka got him up. He saved him. And the tigress went to Mufasa. She looked at Taka because of what he'd done, and then he went away. And he got a scar on his face. So now, after they went back up, everyone said this lion should be killed. Taka should be killed. And Mufasa said, no, he should not be killed. He is my brother. But I don't even want to call you Taka ever again. And he said, they call me Scar now because of how I led those people to Malele. And so he went into a cave. Then Mufasa was declared king after his heroic approach to these lions. And so that's how the new bloodline became. Of course, now there is no bloodline for lions to be kings in the family. But Mufasa showed that it's not who you are or what you're in, it's what you become of it. And so no matter where you are, where you're from, you're capable to do anything. That is the moral of Mufasa. And you should go watch it to see what it's actually like.